So now I'm going to remove all the keys from the upper manual, and I already removed all the screws here. For the upper manual there's also a metal support which sits against the drawbar assembly. So I already removed all the screws, so I'm going to remove the bars. So now I can start removing the key assemblies. So the movement to remove the key assembly, it's not straightforward. It's just like this. I don't think it will be easy to remove them because it's catching. Probably. So there's a hook underneath each key which is catching on the felt, and this happened already in the lower manual, so I will need to probably undo this and this and try to move back the upper manual. Okay, so to remove the keys I have to slide the whole block back. I'll show you better. So I removed this and this, but there are other two screws below the cheeks here. So to be able to remove the keys I have to slide this base, this metal base, back, but the other screw is below the cheek, so I have to get rid of the cheeks before. So it's more complicated than I thought, because I have one screw here which is blocked by, looks like it's blocked by the board, this orange board, and I'm afraid there will be one other screw. Say if there are four, it will be here. So I probably better have to remove at least this board, and it won't be the best thing. I will have probably to remove also these contacts here. But I want to do this because there's a thick carpet of dust underneath the keys. You can see it already, and I really want to clean it before it gets to the contact. So if you look from upside, each of these holes under the keys has a rubber dome, and if dust goes inside the dome, the keys loses the ability to trigger a note, and you have to take everything apart and remove the rubber dome. So you can see the base of the rubber dome here. There are many, one for each key. So I will try removing these screws and see what happens. So I have removed the board only to show that the screw that I think it was there was not there. So there was only this one to remove. They were only 3. I think maybe by forcing it a bit, and you can see a nudge in the board, in the orange board here, I could have taken it out. So I will take it out and place the orange board back, because now it's leaning on these flat cables and I don't like it. So now I removed both the cheeks, left and right. The left one was held in place only by 3 screws, so I needlessly removed the orange board with the contacts. I put it back. Is really a lot of screws, like 10 or 12. I removed the bars already. The keys are not falling out because they are locked by the felt. Probably they can be moved left and right, and they actually come off because this hook is working only on the green felt. So if I move them on the side, but I think I will undo the base and slide the assembly back because I don't want to move too much dust around. So this is the upper manual, so probably we'll have a bit more dust because it's more exposed. The lower manual had already a fair amount of dust. Here I can already see some hairs, cat hair, human hair, bunch of stuff really. I will have a look now. Let's undo these 2 and these 2. One is already removed. It's important to keep track of the screws, otherwise putting this back will be a nightmare. So I removed the other 2 screws from the sides, but apparently this was not enough to loosen this assembly, this plate, because it looks like it's held in place by this bit, another bit on the side. So what I'm going to do, I don't want to loosen up too much stuff, especially because to loosen this means to tilt it up, and then if everything falls back, it falls right on the boards, and I don't want to damage them. So I think I will go forward and slide the keys out with from the side here. So in this case, removing the right cheek was not necessary. This is possible only because this is the 49 keys manual, so you have like an octave free. Otherwise I would have had to remove everything and slide back, and probably that would be a 2-person job, because someone has to keep these from sliding on the boards at the back. So the approach I'm using is just to carefully slide the keys on the left and uncover the dusty plate. Of course there's some dust also inside there, which I would really like to clean, but to do that maybe I really have to remove all the keys and be very careful when I undo the last screws that keep the base, because the base is quite heavy. It's steel, it's very solid, so it's quite substantial, and I don't really want it to fall on the boards at the back if I haven't already damaged them. But I don't think so, because last time I checked, the organ was playing after I did the lower manual. So you can see the amount of dust. It's really noticeable. Also, I put my Hoover underneath and I try to suck up as much dust as possible with a bit of success, I would say. Things have improved. It's difficult to show on camera with the lighting. But most of the dust has been sucked away, so I would say it doesn't need complete disassembly for now. Also, when you slide the keys to the left, just raise from behind and slide on the green felt. You know, there's this hook. Just slide it, so you don't catch the rubber domes, which are the contacts. These are the keys that play the organ. So this is the last bit. I was able to remove also dust from inside. It's difficult to notice. From this angle, from this perspective, you can see the difference, like the before and after. No, actually that's a felt. No, it doesn't. It's not noticeable on camera. I'm referring to the inside here, because I don't want to take apart everything. Here we have the last leg, so we'll clean this and put everything back in reverse, and hopefully it should work. I will need to do the alignment of the keys, so I will tighten back the bars here, but not too much, so I can wiggle the keys a bit and get them evenly spaced and all aligned. So I've put back the upper manual, tightened all the bars here. Also, there are these two pieces which I had to go back to a previous video to remember how they were oriented. All the keys don't make any rattles. They need a bit of fine adjustment to stop making rattles, because some of them did after I tightened all the bars initially. So what I do is I just undo a quarter if I want to adjust these three keys, or I undo for a quarter of a turn these three if I just want to adjust these four keys, because they go in blocks of 3 and 4, so they separate about here. A surprising thing is this. I was not sure of what's this when I finished tightening the bars, and I thought I made a mistake. Instead, apparently there's an extra one, and looking at the board on the other side, it looks unused because there's no diode soldered to the board So, and I also looked at the previous video when I removed the left cheek, and it's just there. Probably is, maybe they added an extra one, I don't know. I definitely didn't shift the keys because the bars act as a reference point, so I'm pretty sure. So I will put back the chicks, and I will see if the organ plays. So I put back the organ together, and now I will check if it works. So the plug is in, volume is minimum, not to damage the speakers. So I can hear the Leslie spinning. Yeah, so the upper manual works. Perfect. The pedals, I connected them too. They trigger without any interruption at all.